Guys, the crypto market is at a very important crossroad. A significant portion of crypto Twitter and YouTube, the fundamentalists, are talking about prices going higher and the bottom to be already in. While a lot of people who are technical experts, they are calling for lower prices. I have been doing this for more than 6 years and I do fundamental as well as technical analysis, and I have to tell you guys that I've not seen this kind of confusion in the market ever before. And not just confusion, guys, I think the two separate sides that right now we are getting on crypto Twitter and on YouTube as well, I've never seen this kind of separation. And where this leaves you is even more confusion. One day you're listening to somebody and you go long. The other day you're listening to the other person, you close your long and then the price goes up, and vice versa. You might have seen this multiple times in the past few weeks and months. In this episode, guys, I'm not going to beat around the bush, but I'm going to give you the exact plan that you can actually replicate going forward from today. If you follow the plan, guys, I firmly believe that you'll not miss the big move if it happens towards the upside, and also you will not be buying the crap right now just in case price goes lower from here onwards. And this is why I believe that this is going to be one of the most crucial videos that you watch all year round. So let's just get right into it.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
So guys, welcome back and thanks for joining me yet again. Before I proceed, guys, I have to let you know that this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Whatever I'm sharing is my own personal plan, and it is completely up to you if you follow it or not. Even if you do, make sure that you do your own research so you can blame yourself in case you go wrong, or you can credit yourself as well in case you go right. All right. So again, not financial advice, do your own research. Now, talking about the chart of Bitcoin for a second, this is on the weekly time frame. You can see that in the past, we got a move from $16,000 all the way to $126,000. That is your last bull market. Now we are looking for something similar, going maybe to $180,000, $200,000 or even higher than that. But where is the bottom? That's the question, right? So if you look at this chart, guys, it's pretty clear that unless you change the market structure, you're not looking for higher prices. Right now, we have a low, this one, then we have a high, which is a lower high compared to the previous one, and then we got another low, which is a lower low compared to this low, and then we got another lower high right around here. So are we looking for taking the low at $60,000? By the looks of it, yes, guys. We are, all right. And the only way by which we can say that, we are going to go higher is if we create an impulsive structure in this region, right? So if we can basically plot an impulsive structure, a reversal from the lows of $60,000, you can say that this is going to end up becoming a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But that is not the case. We really do not have that at the moment. And that is why I'm being very, very cautious. If you go back into the chart around the previous bear market bottom, then you can see we got a clean impulse, right? This was a very clean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all right? Or you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So we had an impulsive structure from the lows, all right? Right here, we did not have. Right here, we did not have. Right here as well, we did not have an impulsive structure in this region. And that is why price continued down lower. Price continued down lower here as well as here. And this is where you actually started to reverse back up. The second thing was we started to change the market structure, which is very visible here. If you can see, you have a high, you have a lower high, you have another lower high and another lower high, right? And you also have lower lows, and lower lows. And this moment right here is where you created a higher high, right? This is where you change the market structure, which was confirmed by a higher low as well, comparing with this one. All right. So this is where your market structure shifted from going down to going up. It's very simple, guys. Do not just listen to anybody out there who are trying to catch the absolute bottom. Trust me on this, even if I have the absolute best knowledge in technical terms and in fundamental terms, I will not be able to spot the exact bottom. All right. Even if I do, it is going to be just based on luck. All right. It is not possible that you spot the exact bottom. It is not possible that you spot the exact highs. All right. So it is very important that you, instead of, just focusing on somebody's opinion, even mine, you just look at the chart. It's right in front of you. All right. So these are the two conditions that I really want for me to turn bullish. And this is exactly what I discussed in one of the pro research that I shared yesterday inside 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪 private. So if you are a member of 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪 private, you will get access to all of these things on 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗠𝗠𝗀. You will get access to the FOMO Intel, KOL Intel, Anchor Monitor, and Genesis Intel as well. We are tracking new project launches and fundings, and you have an AI Intel as well, and then you have the research docs and pro research as well. So research docs, this one right here is basically available for everybody out there, so you can check this out. But then the pro research is only available for the pro members. If you want to join 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪 private, the link is given in the description section below, and make sure that you check it out. There's a whole lot of stuff that we have built so far, and the primary thing that I would want you to check out is definitely going to be the intelligence layer, which is 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗠𝗠𝗀. All right, you can also sign up for a free account on 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗠𝗀, absolutely free, and you get access to a lot of stuff from here, which is free. And then you can also link your Discord account and also join the 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪 private Discord for free, where we have a little bit of information that is available for everybody out there. But if you want to upgrade to the best, then guys, you have the starter, pro, and the native options. Pro is where you get most of the stuff that is available in the intelligence layer on 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪 private. Now, with that being said, link is given in the description section below. Now, if I check out this one, my plan for the next 6 months, this was published yesterday. So this is what you get. Let me just show you this, because I really wanted to, share all of this information with everybody out there instead of just keeping it with the pro members. So right here you can see that they say, the bottom is in. I'm not buying it, not yet. Technicals say lower, macro says higher. There's, a significant cohort of people who are saying that, we have the midterm elections, so Donald Trump is going to pump the markets, right? And then we also have a new Fed chair, Kevin Warsh, who is supposedly going to cut interest rates. But how will he actually do it if, the inflation numbers keep on rising, which is the case at the moment because of the US-Iran war. So a lot of confusion in the macro environment as well, but still a lot of fundamental players are, talking about Bitcoin already bottomed out and we are now going higher. Even if that is the case, it's not that I'm going to miss out on the majority of the move. Trust me on that. Now, I sit in the bear camp for now, but bear leaning doesn't mean that I'm sidelined. Here's exactly how I'm positioning for the next cycle. So if we talk about the exact levels where I would flip bullish, the number one thing to keep in mind, or in fact, the market structure will indeed change. So there will be a confirmation. Then the number one level is going to be $98,000. If I go back on the chart right around here, this is this high. The last high that we got, $98,000. If price goes above $98,000, you have a clean market structure shift, which I don't think is going to be happening. Maybe we go lower first and then we do a market structure shift from this high. That is also going to be a level of confirmation. But if you are very technically sound, the low that you're going to be forming right now, this is going to be the last low, by the way, because the entire structure towards the downside will be completed in a very clean WX and ABC in your wave Y. So this last move down is your last move down, in my opinion. All right. But the number one thing that I'm waiting for is a market structure shift. The second thing is a real impulse of the lows, which I already discussed. So we have not yet seen the same thing happening from the $60,000 bottom. And I've discussed this multiple times in the last few videos on YouTube as well when I did technical analysis on Bitcoin. All right. So until then, 60K is the line. So if you break 60K, you are going lower, maybe 48, 55, I don't know, but we are going lower than $60,000. So that is what I'm looking at the moment. Now, the portfolio that I'm building from scratch right now. So I'm not trying to nail the exact bottom. That is exactly what I said, right? I'm accumulating into the narratives I think govern the next cycle. And I'm doing that very slowly. So I'm not going all in on a single day. All right, that's a major mistake that a lot of people make, because just 2 weeks ago, there were a lot of coins pumping left and right on base, right? All of these AI coins, all of these AI agent coins, right? Now, where are they? They are all down 80-90%. And that is exactly what I mentioned in the past videos as well, that this is a very mini season. All right. Now, talking about that, the thread through all of them, the place that I will buy is basically real usage, real revenue, and a reason to exist beyond the chart. That is very important. And if I talk about the exact narratives, the number one narrative is going to be AI. In my opinion, this is the next narrative because the future runs on AI, and crypto winners won't be projects, but they'll be companies generating real revenue and routing it back into the token, solving problems that the centralized world has not. For example, you have 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪, which I've been talking about since below $100 million market cap. And now everybody is going gaga over it because it's very close to $1 billion. It's a clean 10x, by the way. All right. Now, Venice is definitely a company which is actually generating revenue, solving a problem that centralized companies are not able to solve, and also routing that revenue back into the token. That is what you would want to see in an AI project. All right. Then you got 𝗕 as well. I think 𝗕 is definitely very undervalued right now. Anything below $200 on 𝗕 is going to be a very nice and interesting zone of entry, in my opinion. Then, guys, the second narrative that I'm very bullish on is going to be private money, or you can say privacy. Now, privacy was always more myth than fact, right? As everything wires into AI, anyone can trace wallets and link identities as well. And, with a few single prompts, it can be done now. It's the exact thing that 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗘𝗥𝗦 has been doing for years now. Now, with AI, privacy is going to be even more of a myth than a fact, all right? So private money stops being optional. That is one thing that you need to be very, very mindful of. I'm looking at Zcash, all right? I'm looking at DarkFi launch as well, the private sale, which is going to be happening pretty soon. So I'm watching that. Apart from which, I'm also watching Railgun on Ethereum, but I'm not very interested in Railgun at the moment. But there are a few other plays as well in privacy, which I've already shared inside Karoshi's private, because we are slowly accumulating all of these plays that I'm, just giving you the gist of at the moment. All right. Then the third point is going to be, or the third narrative rather, is going to be meme coins. And this is very important, guys, because you have to trade them. You don't have to marry them. All right. And I did put up a complete list right here, conviction meme coins May 2026 on 11th of May, inside the pro research section itself. This is where I've shared all of the meme coins, which I do believe are going to basically survive this bear market and come out at the top. So those are the plays out of which we can pick like 3, 4, 5 plays, and we can slowly DC into those. Apart from that, the new ones, I'm just trading those. All right, I'm not buying and holding a bag for a very long period and becoming a part of the community, which is going to just leave you eventually. All right, so be smart, guys. That is the number one takeaway from this episode. I firmly believe that this is what you need to take away from this episode. All right, now the fourth point is going to be RWA, real world assets. Now the future is going to be tokenized, guys, and it is pretty certain at this point. All right, a wave of crypto companies are building the rails for it, increasingly through partnerships with massive Web2 firms. All right, we are getting these massive partnerships between Ondo, between Pendle, between Visa, Google, all of these players, and even BlackRock. They're all pushing towards real world assets, tokenization of almost everything out there. So it is completely transparent on the blockchain. I don't know when this happens, but this is a play which I can firmly say that it has a lot of longevity attached to it. All right. And without a doubt, guys, I've also shared my research report on why RWA could be the trade of the cycle. And here I have also discussed a few of the different plays that I'm currently watching. $27 billion plus on chain, BlackRock, JP Morgan, and Apollo wiring up the rails, and the infra layer is still trading at a fraction of where it ends. So this is another one that I really am bullish on. Then fifth point is going to be, guys, very interesting because it is stocks. And this channel is crypto plus AI. But now I think that, it is time that you need to adapt into stocks or you will get left behind. Because if you compare plenty of stocks from the US markets, you can see that if you compare them with altcoins since 2022, which was the last bear market bottom, guys, stocks have really outperformed almost majority, 99.99% of altcoins. So why would you buy altcoins? And why would anybody buy altcoins? Right? That is one more thing that you need to keep in mind. Now, there is going to be a SpaceX IPO on 12th of June, I guess. And then we have OpenAI and Anthropic IPOs coming in September, October, I guess. And when these IPOs have happened, this is where you would basically want to invest into stocks, in my opinion, because they're going to be sucking out a lot of liquidity from the stock market. And that could also be a trigger for Bitcoin going down below $60,000 because S&P 500, NASDAQ, they're all sitting at all-time highs. And in 10 days, the biggest stock ever, $1.7 trillion of market cap, SpaceX, is going to do an IPO, and it is going to fit inside NASDAQ. So it is definitely going to push all of the other stocks in NASDAQ out of NASDAQ, or I would say the allocation to each of those stocks is going to reduce to basically have space for SpaceX, right? So this is basically not rocket science at this point, and this is what I'm waiting for to get into stocks and diversify a little more. And then, guys, sixth point is going to be the outliers. I think neobanks and prediction markets, they could be the significant outliers for this next bull market. So I will have like a very few plays from neobanks and prediction markets that I will watch and probably get into as well, but very small allocation in my opinion. As I mentioned, we are just watching this one. Then guys, the most important thing that you can also do right now, considering we are in a bear market and it's very boring, is to make limited capital go further. All right. The number one move in a bear market isn't picking the perfect coin. All right. It's not running out of capital before the cycle turns, right? Because if you're investing in the wrong things at this moment and you're losing money in a bear market, guys, you need to either sit on capital, which is, in stable coins, or you are, trading something, maybe meme coins, maybe degen plays, maybe anything which is making you a little bit of profits. So your stable coin bag is increasing through these months so that you can invest more when the right time arrives. All right. And bear market months are when you build your base. And that means stretching limited capital as far as it goes. And for this, guys, we have partnered with 𝗕𝗙𝗪𝗠. Now, 𝗕𝗕𝗪𝗠 is a crypto prop firm platform. This is where you basically get funded capital by paying a small fees, and you can get access to instant funding as well. So you must have heard about different other platforms. I'm not going to name them, but I have to tell you that most of these platforms, what happens is, how it actually works is you pay a small fees, they give you a mock account, a demo account, and then you prove them by making 5%, 10% profits on those, and then you pass one step, and then you do the second step, you pass that, and then you get the account. And if you fail, if you lose like 5-10%, I guess, on your account in the first step challenge itself, you lose your fees that you paid and you have to get another account, right? So I've seen this multiple times that a lot of people are not even able to ever complete the challenge, which is insane, right? So this is why I partnered with 𝗕𝗕𝗪𝗠, because there are plenty of good things about 𝗕𝗕𝗪𝗠, by the way. Number one thing, 600 plus trading pairs. Unbeatable when you compare it with anything else out there. Almost every crypto can be traded on 𝗕𝗕𝗪𝗠. The small caps, the mid caps, the higher caps, everything. Then we get up to 100x of max leverage, which is absolutely insane. Again, most of the other prop firms, they give you like 5 to 10x of leverage, and 𝗕𝗕𝗪𝗠 allows you 100x max leverage, which is again very helpful if you know about risk management, which is very important, by the way. Then guys, the make or break for this one is instant funding, because you don't have to wait for months to pass the challenges. You pay a certain amount, you pay a certain fees, and you get a funded capital, and then that is instant funding. So whatever profits you make on that from day one, you can get 80% of profit share split directly to you. Isn't that insane? So definitely, guys, it's one of the best way to make use of your capital. If you have like $500, you can get like a $10,000 or $50,000 or $100,000 account, whichever you would like. And make sure, guys, that you use the link in the description section below, which would take you to this page. Get funded on 𝗕𝗕𝗪𝗠 with Karoshi. Trade up to $200,000 on Bybit and Clio Finance. And this is one of the best thing, because 𝗕𝗕𝗪𝗠 actually integrates directly with your Bybit account or your Clio account. If you want to do it non-KYC, you can just go with the Clio Finance account, and it's non-KYC. Works everywhere, by the way. Works in the US, works everywhere else as well. Completely legal, completely working everywhere. And that is why I have, decided to partner with them to bring you a massive discount. Right now, to get an extra discount, just use the code Karoshi and you will get extra discounts on every plan that you would want to go for. As you can see, there are a ton of things that you can check out. So right here, you can go for instant funding. You can go for one-step challenge. You can go for a two-step challenge as well. So whatever you want to choose, you can choose, and you can check out the size of your account as well. So for example, let's just click on instant funding and I click on next. Then we can choose what size we want. So for instant funding, again, it is going to be slightly expensive, but even then, guys, I'm going to give you a simple hack. All right. So for example, you paid $440 for a $10,000 account. All right. So your risk is $440. All right. Then you click on next. Now, let's just not add anything. You can add 10% to profit split as well, which would increase the price by 20%. But let's just not add this for now. And then you click on next. So now you have gotten an account of $10,000. Your max drawdown is 10%, which equates to $1,000, right? So you have a risk exposure of $1,000 by paying just $440. Isn't that insane? The math just does not add up. And that is why, guys, I have to tell you that, this is not magic money. They have a business model as well. So a lot of people, what they do is they do not care about risk management. And that is where it is very important that you pay attention to risk management. Consider this to be a real account because it is, all right? It's instant funding, right? And if you want to prove yourself, if you think you can prove yourself and you can, pass these challenges, then you go for the one-step challenge and you go for the $100,000 account for just $819. Absolutely insane. And by the way, guys, this is without the discount. So if you put up my code Karoshi, you will get extra discount on that as well. And you can basically, check this out. The link is given in the description section below. And with that being said, guys, last but not the least, just to give you the gist, 3 ways I'm playing the next 6 months. Number 1, let price prove the bottom. So I'm waiting for $98,000 or higher, or I'm waiting for a high probability impulse from the lows, which is not the case yet from $60,000. Number 2, accumulate slow into conviction. So I have been sharing a lot of plays inside Karoshi's Private, which we are accumulating slowly and slowly. For example, one of the plays that I discussed in the last video as well, and I mentioned inside Karoshi's Private, is JTVO. All right. And this is the kind of research that we are doing inside Karoshi's Private with the help of our AI intelligence layer. All right. So we mentioned this one right here, $250,000 market cap, I guess, on the YouTube video. And if you zoom in, guys, I always tell you one thing, and that is you always wait or add more when the price touches the 886 and the 786 Fibonacci levels. Look at this. This is where price just skyrocketed from, right? And price went all the way to around $2.92 million. That is a massive run. So if you got this move up, pay yourself, all right? Take some profits off the table. And then when price comes back down lower again, if it does, you can buy back more. All right. So these kind of plays are also being shared inside Karoshi's Private if you are interested. Apart from that, guys, the last thing and the third point is definitely going to be make capital work harder. Sign up for an account on 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 if you're interested. Link for that is also given in the description section below. If you are a Karoshi's Private member, and even if you're not, but you are in our Discord, you will get priority support access on 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 as well. I will be able to escalate your issues in case you have any. So, you are in good hands. And yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. Make sure that you sign up for an account, free account on Karoshi.fun. Make sure that you get yourself a funded account using 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓. And if you want to take it one step further, or basically to the highest level possible, guys, Karoshi's Private is the best place to be. All links in the description section below. And if you enjoyed this one, guys, make sure that you drop a like and smash that subscribe button so that you can be notified whenever I put up another update. That's all, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, you know the drill. Keep hustling.